of this religious crisis Nigeria is facing, I mean, looking at all the expose coming out for United States of America, the Zionists about the wanton killing of innocent Christians in Nigeria by Islamic extremists, what we have today is that the alliance of the Sahel, but Burkina Faso, Mali, Ibrahim Traore, are set to release names of politicians who are behind this Islamic radicalism. What we have today is there has been a breakoff between between the states called Alliance of Sahel and the northern Nigerians, because ever since Tinubu came on board, he has cut short the relationship. We all know how Buhari was literally the one financing the budget of some of these countries in the Alliance of Sahel. There was a time that Buhari had to bail out some civil servants. There was a time that Buhari had to donate SUV buses that were up to $1 million to what? To Niger. There was a time that Buhari built a road between the Maradi to Kaduna, or Kano to Maradi, a rail line, which they were doing to boost the economy of Niger. But ever since Tinubu came on board, that relationship has gone sour. That relationship and be cut off. And what we have today is the Niger have come out to say they will expose, because they know and they have the authentic facts and information of those northern politicians who are both citizens of Nigeria and citizens of Niger, where sometimes they can eat breakfast in Sokoto and go eat lunch in Mali or Burkina Faso. You see, it is interesting because there's so many bases, foundations that has always, fortified the northern hegemony as a strong force to contend with. In the 2 years of Tinubu has been demystified, has been exposed, and everybody in the north is running tiki kata kata kiti. Because look at the relationship. That railway from Kaduna to, or is it from Kano to Maradi? I have no information about it, but I know that project was about 70% complete. If Tinubu was serious about it, when he came on board, he would have completed it. But what we knew and what we could remember about Tinubu and Niger Republic was when he came on board, he wanted to go launch rocket bombs and missiles on the Niger Republic. Why? Because he felt they were basically responsible for the insecurity in the north. And also, he felt that they have gone against his paymasters, which of course is Emmanuel Macron. We know the relationship Tinubu shares with the French government, how he cherishes them, and in most cases, he dances to their tune, because we know very soon now Tinubu says he's going to France again. And so, we are not surprised. On whose direction are these alliance countries releasing the names of the northern politicians? Because if they wanted to have done this, expose, now could be the best time, but they could have done it way back in 2020, 2021, just immediately after the COVID, when the UAE started releasing the names of the sponsors of the terrorists. But what we have today is whether they want to release, whether they want to pronounce the names, I don't think Tinubu will, at any point in time, try to stop them. I don't think Tinubu will probably go down there, because I know Tinubu has not visited Niger, but we know how Buhari was never from Niger. No, in fact, there was a video which I will show you, wherein Buhari said if the problem of Nigerians become too heavy for him, that he will go to Niger. He said it. He said because Niger to him is his second home. He said that all Northerners, basically the Fulanese and the Hausa Fulanese, are cousins to the Nigerians. So this relationship, for me, what I'm seeing is that relationship is being cut off by the I don't care attitude of Tinubu, by the non-challenge of Tinubu towards the alliance states. He doesn't give a damn about them. He has not been sponsoring, sending funds, doing any, should I say, aids. They call it aids. He has not been giving them such aids and handouts as when you compare it to Buhari. And this is why they have said that they threaten to, if they want release her, release her. Release it. If Tinubu is part of it, maybe we will find out. If the rumors and the report that has always been out there that Shetima was the founder and the the curator of Boko Haram, maybe when they release it, we'll find out. I mean, these allegations, this alleged, this probability pontification that we have been doing, let them go ahead and release it so we can know who is who. Because I know that the insecurity in the north wouldn't have been this successful, wouldn't have lasted for this long if some powerful politicians were not involved, they were not gaining from it, if they were not profiting from it. I mean, look at what happened in Zamfara just some days ago. A bomb blast in a gold mine. And we know that Zamfara shares a border with Niger. We know. So when you go look at the map, you will find out what I'm talking about is very closely related. That it is indeed possible that when these people eventually pronounce and expose the names of those northern politicians, which of course we must be ready to go prosecute them, I believe that we will find out that most of them, what they were doing is causing chaos to mine gold. And this is the problem we have. These northerners and their selfish interests and their greediness. And I know that very soon the northern senators, or they call them the Arewa elders, will call on Tinubu that let us have diplomatic conversations, discourse with the alliance state. They shouldn't release any names. Oh, I know they will start pressuring Tinubu to do that. I know they will start telling Tinubu, you are the one that has been defending yourself against the US FBI not to release your documents. In this instance, what is good for the good is also good for the gander. Talk to the Niger, talk to the Mali head of state. Make them not release anything. Oh, we are still in the midst of religious crisis, trying to settle our scores. They want to bring another conversation about using the names of northern politicians. No, 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 no. Go and talk to them. I know that very soon the Senate House, the House of Reps, the northern oligarchs and all that, they will start asking Tinubu that, Tinubu, you are cutting off our relationship with Nigeria. Now they are cooking up all manner of lies and stories. These things will happen, but we'll be here. Me, I am daring the Nigerians head of state, please give us the names. Can you please, as a matter of urgency, release the names? We need the names quickly, as soon as possible. We want to know those who are truly, behind this banditry. Who are they? Why are they doing it? Beyond the fact that most times we have pontificated, we have argued that this insecurity is because there is illegal mining. The Nigerian, please, if Tinubu later yield to the pressure of the northern politicians, the southern politicians who are in this, illegal mining, please, Nigerian head of state, do not listen to Tinubu. Release those names. And to Tinubu, do not try to have a negotiation with the Nigerians. Let us have their names. We need their names. We want to know who are those people who have been sabotaging this country. Let us know why and what they have benefited so far. If it could take Tinubu not to give them money as far as his tenure is concerned, Baba not give them any money again. Because what we want is a situation whereby we will see the hypocrisy. When the southern militants, when they were causing the crisis and chaos, it took a southern politician, which was Jonathan, to go into peace talk. They had a truce, they had negotiations, and then they got amnesty. And today we can see that everybody is enjoying the resources which is being drilled in the backyards of the Ogoni people. However, what we suspect is the reason for the insurgency in the north, which is the gold mine. We have not had northern politicians rise up to say that we will go and have a conversation with all these bandits. Let us talk about amnesty. Then we can so that we can have access to our gold mine. We have not seen anybody. Nobody has stood up. Nobody. What they all say is it is the government that has the responsibility. It is the government that. And meanwhile, we suspect that they are the same people who give weapons to these boys, these bandits? Because how can a bandit have access to an AK-47 that is around 2 point something million? Where is they see money? You see kids, 14, 15-year old, wielding AK-47. So you must understand that there is a power, and not just ordinary power, a political power behind this banditry. And at this point in time, if Sahel must release it, please let them release it without any further ado. Release it. Let us know who is who, because we know that when we see this, the Nigerian people will finally what be at that level of conviction that indeed the North and South are not on the same pedestal in terms of philosophy, in terms of patriotism toward this nation. So we can finally have that agreement that enough is enough. Shall we go our separate ways, or shall we govern ourselves according to the resources that we find under the ground? If you just join, please kindly like, subscribe, and share. Bye for now.
Finally, I can't even wait to go home. If you said that, I will move to Niger Republic. I think I refuse to say quite a number of things because I asked for it. If I can insist, there is no local government I haven't been from 2003 and 11. There is no local government I haven't been in this country. And in 2019, when I wanted to go for the second time as president, I visited all the states. And the people that turned out across the country to see me, even if they hadn't voted for me, were more than what anybody can buy or force. So I believe a lot of Nigerians were saying, who is this Buhari who insisted on being voted? I think most of the people turned because of security, not security, because of they wanted to know who am I. Some of the stadiums are full. People were outside. And I assure you that I wasn't giving anybody any kobo because I didn't have enough to give out. But I think people developed curiosity to see who I was and why I kept on trying in spite of the setbacks. So I'm very pleased for this coincidence. I'm happy for this meeting that the constituency were tolerating me most, the federal capital. You are the people here. For me to say goodbye to you, and I assure you, I deliberately arranged to be as far away from you as possible, not because I don't appreciate the love you have shown for me, but because I think I got what I have asked, and I would rather quietly retire to my hometown.